What is going on, guys? This is Kyle from the Shadow Realm TCG, bringing you a very budget-friendly Mayakashi deck profile. This is a pretty casual deck. I've experimented with a little bit. It's actually pretty fun. It's nowhere near a competitive level, so don't get that wrong. You can pick this deck up for around $40 with this current build. So again, if you want to just experiment with Mayakashis more and getting like a budget shell, then you could definitely do that. This is not the FTK version either with the mill, so but you can definitely do that. Just add that. I just don't have that card, but yeah. Before we get started, if you guys like this deck profile and want to see more of them, go ahead and leave a comment down below telling us how you think, and make sure to check out our Twitter and our Reddit. I know we've been putting it on the screen, but I've never really been telling you guys about it. But yeah, we're pretty active, I guess you could say, a little bit. So, but yeah, let's get right into it then. So you're gonna start with your three main guys, your three Hajin, the Winged Mayakashi. So this guy's pretty good. He's level 1 zombie, wind. If it's normal special summoned, you can special summon one Mayakashi monster from your deck, except himself. You can only use this once per turn, and you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Mayakashis. So they all have this very same restriction where you can only special summon Mayakashis from the extra deck. And it makes sense because some of their effects are actually pretty busted, but they all have that interesting restriction. Next, you're going to want to play the 3 Shafu, the Wheeled Mayakashi. If it's normal special summon, you can target one Mayakashi monster in your graveyard except himself, special summon it in defense position, and negate its effects. You can only use this once per turn. You cannot special summon monster extra deck except Mayakashi. So again, the same thing. As you notice, he's a level 3 and he is an Earth. All the Mayakashis are different levels and different types. So, but they're all zombies. So. Next, here's the staple of the deck, the 2 of Daki, the Graceful Mayakashi, the level 2 fire. You can only control one Daki. When a Mayakashi monster is special summoned to your field from the extra deck, while this card's in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect, except Mayakashis. So the difference with hers is that these ones, while they're on the field, you can't summon anything except Mayakashi. So if you get rid of them, you can go ahead and special summon different things, but with Daki, which is the one you're going to be using all the time, you can't do that. You just can't special summon anything else for the extra deck, except Mayakashi's. And also note that her ability is not once per turn, so the only reason we play 2 of her is because she's searchable, 1 with Heijin and with Shiranui Solitaire, which we do play. And the last Mayakashi monster is the 1 Yasha, the Skeletal Mayakashi. He's a level 5. He can be special summoned by discarding a Mayakashi monster. Again, it's just another body on the board, but it doesn't come up that much. So, anyway, that does it for the Mayakashis. Let's go on to the, I guess, the zombie engine that I've come to love. So you're naturally going to be playing your 3 Unizombie. And you're going to be playing your 3 Shiranui Solitaire. There's other Shiranuis in this deck because the Mayakashis actually work kind of well with them, because all the synchros have an effect where if a synchro leaves the field, you banish another zombie from your graveyard and then special summon it, and all the Shiranuis have banish effects. Of course, Shiranui is just good because for 1 he searches Unizombie, and for 2 he can also search Daki if you really need it. So. And then the 3 Mizuki, just to get those sweet recursion. Get that sweet recursion. Alright, this one's a little bit of a techie one. I got the 2 Pankratops. It's a really cheap card, and it's really, really powerful. You can just special summon it if your opponent controls more monsters than you do. And you can quick effect tribute a Dino Wrestler monster and then destroy a card your opponent controls. Well, it targets, but yeah, he's just really cool. You can just plop him down, tribute, and destroy something. So pretty cool. Not a zombie, but it's still pretty cool tech. Alright, so now here's some of the Shiranuis. I only have a few of these, but we got the 2 Spectral Sword. The turn he's not sent to the graveyard, so the next turn, you can banish him and another non-tuner zombie to Synchro Summon. So you use him, which is level 2, and then whatever you want in your graveyard. And since he's level 2, it's really nice because he can special summon all of the Mayakashis, because you start with him, and then everything else is basically level 4. So then you can banish the other Shiranuis and get their effects too. Speaking of the other Shiranui, we got the 1 Spirit Master. I'd probably bump this guy up. I just don't have. I only have 1 of him, but he's really good when he's banished. You can just pop a card in the field. So really cool. Some synergy. So that does it for all the monsters. Let's go right on to the spells. This is a going second strategy, so you're going to want your 3 Book of Life to be able to special summon and banish a card in the opponent's field. It's pretty good. Next, we got a card that would be very broken if it was in any other archetype, and that is Mayakashi Return. This card is absolutely insane. You can take 1 Mayakashi card from your deck, except Mayakashi Return, and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You can only use this hard once per turn. This is nuts because it says card, so that can be anything, and you can even Foolish Burial it, so you have 3 other Foolish Burials. It's just an insane card. You got the 2 Call by the Grave because you just need it. The 2 Burial from a Different Dimension. You're banishing a lot, so to be able to recur that is kind of needed. You got the 2 Zombie Necronize. This card's actually really cool because you almost always control a level 5 or higher zombie because all the synchros are zombies. So you can just mind control. Like you can just take control of something until the end phase. So really cool. And the 2 1-ofs, we got the actual Foolish Burial and the 1-for-1 because the Hajin is a level 1. So you can get him pretty easily that way. That does it for the spells. And finally, the 3 trap cards is the 3 Mayakashi Metamorphosis. So this card's pretty cool. You can discard a card for cost, which is pretty nice, and then you can target one of your Mayakashi monsters banished or in your graveyard and special summon it, and then your opponent cannot target it, so it can't be targeted. Pretty cool. I guess it's really just to get stuff back, and it's a Mayakashi card, so you can search it off a return. So that's the reason I play it. So that's it for the main deck. 40 cards, pretty straightforward. Let's go right on to the extra deck. Alright, so we're going to start with the 1 level 3, the Ouroboros Gurama, the Wheeled Mayakashi. Yeah, these names are pretty weird. So the thing with the Mayakashi monsters, synchros, is that they all have the same requirements. They all require 1 tuner and a non-tuner. You can only control 1 of them, I believe. Yeah, you can only control 1 of them at a time, which is kind of a big restriction, but, you know, it's the final version of the boss monster is pretty massive, so you don't really have to worry too much about it. So they all have effects when they're special summoned from the graveyard. So this one, your things can't be destroyed by battle. And when a synchro monster that is original level is 5 is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish a zombie from your graveyard and special summon this guy. So they all have the same effect, where if the synchro one above it is destroyed, you can banish and then special summon them right back. And then they all have abilities that when they special summon from the graveyard. And as you notice, they're all 2 levels away from each other. This is very purposeful because Daki is a level 2. So you're really just synchro climbing because Daki's not once per turn, so she just keeps coming back from the graveyard. So anyway, that's the level 3. Next is the the level 5. I'm gonna butcher this name. Sushiuma, the Poisonous Mayakashi. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, same requirements. This one though, when it's special summoned from the graveyard, each player mills 3. So you know, not terrible, I guess. This one's probably one of the more versatile ones. This is Tengu, the Winged Mayakashi. the level 7. When he's special summon from the graveyard, you can target one spell or trap and destroy it. So it's pretty cool. And then the level 9 is Yoko, the Graceful Mayakashi. This one pops a monster. So they all have the same effects, but they like of coming back when the other one's destroyed, but they just have different ways of doing it. And then finally the level 11, Gasha Duko. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Anyway, this one, instead of a synchro, it's because this deck has a link monster. So if the link monster is destroyed by battle card effect while this is in your graveyard, you can banish another zombie, special summon it, and when it's special summoned, it's unaffected by card effects for the turn. So it's pretty good. It's a huge body, 3,300. It's really easy to bring out. Yeah. You got the 3 Yuki Onna, the Iced Mayakashi. This is the Link monster. Link 2, it requires 2 Mayakashis. You can only control 1. She's 1,900. Your opponent cannot target this card for attacks if it points to a synchro monster. And then if a synchro monster you control is destroyed by a card effect or battle, you can target one card in the field and you have its attack for the rest of the turn. So again, not terrible, but I would probably run 2, and I would probably bump up this guy because you kind of need him to go off. So we're not done with the extra deck. I only got 2 more cards. We got Shiranui Sun Saga and Shogun Saga to wrap it up. You can get these off sometimes, because if the next turn comes around, like after you use docking and everything, you can special summon different things from the extra deck now, and just use your Shiranuis to do that. So, but yeah, that's gonna wrap up the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think, and just remember that it is a budget deck, so it's not supposed to be competitive. It's a really casual deck. It is really fun though. Like, don't get me wrong, Yu-Gi-Oh is not always about making the next meta deck. You know, I got the secret sauce, but no, sometimes it's just about having fun, and this is what the deck's all about. So let me know down below what you guys think. Leave a like if you liked it, and we'll see you in the next deck profile. Peace out.